Good morning. I call to order the September 10th, 2019 meeting of the Saline County Board of Commissioners. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Shadwick?
Here.
Commissioner Sparks?
Here.
Commissioner Vidrickson?
Here.
Commissioner Weiss?
Here.
Commissioner White?
I ask that you please stand and join me in a flag salute followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We now move to our public forum of our meeting where citizens may speak on county government, usually limited to 3 minutes, and pertaining to items that are not on today's agenda.
Norman Mann, Salina. This is to all government officials. Why do we have laws, rules, and regulations when you don't abide by them? You conduct yourself sometimes and you don't abide by the law. I would like to see you guys at least try. What I'm referring to, you need to read the Supreme Court ruling, 1803, Marbury versus Madison.
Thank you. Does anyone else wish to address the commission? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to the commission for regular business. Item number 1.
Approve agenda for public forum as presented.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the agenda for the public forum as presented.
Second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve today's agenda for the public forum. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion does carry. Item number 2.
Approval of county commission minutes for September 3rd, 2019.
Mr. Chairman, I move we accept the county commission minutes of September 3rd, 2019 as presented.
Second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded that we accept the county commission minutes of September 3rd, 2019 as presented. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 3.
RFA 170-19 bid award for 2019 RCB Projects with Justin Mader, county engineer.
Good morning, Justin.
Good morning. Well, I'm here to discuss and take action on the Saline County Road and Bridge Department request to award the bid for the 2019 RCB construction projects. Sealed bids were opened on August 26, 2019 at 11 a.m. and we received 2 bids. Reese Construction was a low bid for all 6 locations. However, this bid was 13.6% over the engineer's estimate. State Statute 68-521 does not allow a contract to be let at an amount exceeding 110% of the engineer's estimated cost of work. Therefore, this low bid cannot be awarded as it is. The engineer's estimate, which is the estimate that I put together, was based on the 2018 project bids. However, this year's prices are significantly higher than last year's bids. After talking to the 2018 low bid contractor, they admitted that the 2018 prices were exceptionally low due to their lack of work. Reese Construction was willing to negotiate a lower unit cost for mobilization, concrete, and aggregate surfacing. The aggregate surfacing cost was reduced because Saline County will be providing the aggregate material. With these cost reductions, a low bid is 109.6% above the engineer's estimate and thus meets the state statute requirement. You should all have a copy of the bid tabs to where you'll have 2 columns for Reese Construction. One of them is the original bid and the other one is noted as the adjusted bid. So my office recommends to accept the adjusted bid submitted by Reese Construction in the amount of estimated work equal to $427,426.60, and this does include all 6 project locations.
I guess my question would be of the legal form, and that is, can we renegotiate like this without putting it out for a bid a second time?
Yeah, I talked to the administrator, Hannah, as well as Mike Montoya, just to make sure that everything's okay. And the law doesn't state, all the law states is that you can't award anything over 110%, okay? Our policy does allow for negotiations with that, with the low bidder. And I think what makes a big difference on this, too, is we do have 2 bids that are fairly comparable. If we just had the one bidder, I would be a little bit more concerned, about their prices, but since we had two, I was more comfortable with the cost that Reese Construction submitted this year was a good cost.
It appears to me, in just glancing at this, that the second company is actually about, in most cases on each project, was more than 10% higher than the low bidder in the first place. Is that correct? I mean, if I'm looking at this,
Yes.
as an example, the very first one, 72,671, and the next low bidder was 83,660.
Right, yeah. So
So, I
yeah,
mean-
you're looking at 12 or 13% over Reese's.
Yeah, which would put it up in the 120%.
Right.
So, okay, that having been said, are there any questions or comments from the commissioners?
I was not aware of this state statute. I mean, when did that come in? Has it been a long time?
Yeah, it's a pretty old statute.
Okay, because we've just probably just never run into it before, to be honest with you.
Correct, yeah, and it just applies to road projects.
Okay.
Road and bridge projects only.
All right.
Justin, it may be a typo, but your second and your third project had the same project number.
You are correct. Okay, I will get that fixed.
House cleaning, I'm sure.
Yes.
And it would be beneficial for me if you put the locations on here. I'm familiar with most of them that need to be replaced, but like half mile off of Watkins Road or
Sure, okay.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I've got
guess-
the road name on there, but I can put a distance from the closest intersection
Or
too.
between,
Sure.
between First Avenue and Second Avenue,
Sure,
something like,
sure, yeah,
whatever.
I can do that.
Thank you.
Okay, any other comments from the commissioners? Is there any public comment? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to the commission for possible action here. By the way, I do have one more comment. Is this, will these be completed then? The opening was for 2019. It does it specify somewhere that when we're going to start these projects or when they're going to be completed?
How I've set and it's in the specifications, but I've got a completion date for all projects of June 6th of 2020, I believe. They can start as soon as a contract signed, but all of them must be completed by June 6th.
And from the budget impact portion of it, we've got our 2019 budget and we'll be working on the 2020 budget at that time, is that correct?
Well, these come out of the 2 mil, the special bridge fund.
Oh, okay, I follow you then. That clarifies that. All right, I'll bring it back to the commission for possible action.
Mr. Chairman, I move we award the bid for the 2019 RCB projects to Reese Construction.
Second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded that we award the RFA 170-19 bid award for 2019 RCB projects to Reese Construction. Is there any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. The motion does carry. We'll move to item number 4.
RFA 169-19, Amendment 48 to Resolution 1254, Code Changes, with Hannah Stambaugh, Interim County Administrator, and Tim Hamilton, Planning and Zoning Administrator.
All right, good morning, Hannah and Tim.
Good morning. So this is in regards to a study session that we had with the Board of County Commissioners on the 14th of May of this year, where we were informed that we had discovered that all of the terms for the Board of Zoning Appeals had expired. We had run into a little bit of a situation that we needed just a little bit more than administrative interpretation. So we did some research and found out that the Board of Zoning Appeals had not met in quite some time. They had not met until, previously, before then, of April of 2014. The thing about the Board of Zoning Appeals is appeals and exceptions and variances don't happen very often, but that's a good thing on our part. It means that our zoning regulations and codes are pretty solid. So with that, because we have enacted zoning ordinances, we are required to have a Board of Zoning Appeals, according to Kansas Statute 12-759. However, also in this statute, it does allow for the Planning Commission, the rural representatives on the Planning Commission, to also be designated as the Board of Zoning Appeals. Working with Mr. Hamilton at this time, this is something that they had actually
Dickinson County has this now currently, because we ran into a similar situation several years ago where we just weren't seeing very many cases at all for the Board of Zoning Appeals. And so they just decided, why have a standalone that doesn't meet very often? Just go ahead and combine it. If the state allows you to do it, combine it with the Planning Commission, and that's what we're kind of doing here too.
So the state does allow you to combine those? Is that what you're saying?
That is correct.
Okay.
So on June 3rd is when the Planning Commission met, and we did inquire from them if they were open to having the rural representatives on the Planning Commission also make up the Board of Zoning Appeals. They were in agreement of that. So this is a request to approve the resolution Resolution 1254, Amendment 48, to establish the rural representatives of the Planning Commission also as the Board of Zoning Appeals, changing Section 13A-1304 in the Code of Ordinances. Your options today are to either approve or deny this request. It has been sent to the County Councilor on May 9th as well as August the 8th. It has been posted in the Saline Journal in regards to the change of this code, and upon either acceptance or denial, we will move forward with the changes appropriately.
Well, it sounds to me like you've touched all the bases and done the homework. So, further comments?
Quick question, Tim. The logistics of this, if an individual proposes something in the county, that goes to the board?
If it's a use or a zoning or a conditional use permit, it would go to the Planning Commission.
Planning Commission.
Yeah.
And if they rule or deny the application, then that person would bring that back to the same entity, just wearing a different hat?
No, it would go to you all. The appeals process, the way that it's set up here in Saline County, is if there is let's say a conditional use permit the commission is recommending denial, the Planning Commission, then at that point, the applicant can come before you for the appeal.
Okay, where does the Zoning Appeals Board come into play?
That it comes into where the official enforcement of the zoning ordinances or resolutions. So the job duties of the zoning appeals versus the Planning Commission are different. Those entities will never hear the same case.
I just want to make sure that the same people weren't judge and jury.
Yes.
The zoning appeals is more of they're interpretive. Their function is to interpret. So if someone has a issue with the way I'm interpreting the code or something, they can go to the Board of Zoning Appeals, and that's what their function primarily is, and to hear any kind of variances that they're allowed to grant by whatever our statute is for setbacks and that sort of thing. But the Planning Commission doesn't consider those. So,
thanks for the education.
Mm-hmm.
Further questions or comments from commissioners? Hearing none, I will ask for a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move we adopt Amendment 48 to Resolution 1254 as requested.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve RFA 169-19, Amendment 48 to Resolution the 1254 code changes. I should, as there's an RFA involved, I should ask for public comment at this time. So, seeing none, I'll bring it back. There is a motion on the table. It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion does carry. That concludes today's agenda for the TV portion. Is there any other business or announcements to come before the commission? Seeing none or hearing none, I will ask for an adjournment motion.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we adjourn today's meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. There will be a second meeting following this for study session in room 107B. Thank you.